Hey, so I appreciate all of the work that you've been doing, and I know you want to get sculpting and adding texture, and that this mesh has just been holding you up. So I've got this mesh, and I'm going to actually send it to you because I want you to use this one. I was looking through your mesh, and you had a lot of vertices that needed to be merged and edges that kind of got out of control. So this is basically where you were, and you can adjust it if you want. The first thing I want to do is scale this up so that it's bigger than the grid. And I'm going to export this so that I can give it to you, chest 1. Okay. So then what you're going to want to do is apply a UV unwrap. So I'm going to do automatic right now, just so that it's set. I'm going to go back in object mode. Now the problem you're having with subdividing is that Mudbox takes every face and turns it into 4. So it kind of mushes it, that's a standard thing. So what you need to do is insert some edge loops. So I can go to Mesh Tool, Insert Edge Loop. Now the Insert Edge Loop goes perpendicularly from any edge. So I'm going to bring it to every edge that I've already made. Doesn't have to be perfectly even, you just want to get it pretty close. So now each kind of corner edge that you have should now be 3 edges. Okay? So we have that. If you want, you can do one down the center and down the center here. You don't have to, doesn't change anything, but we can do that. I'm going to hit Q on my keyboard to get out of the Insert Edge Loop tool. For some reason it gets tricked up. And again, if you don't like where faces are in here, feel free to please move them. Maybe you want these front faces to be kind of closer together. You can always hit R for scale, and if you scale them in, they'll move closer together. But I wanted to start you off with a clean base mesh. And the only reason why yours isn't clean anymore is just because of all the edits you've had to do. And and first time doing it, things get kind of messed up. I'm just going to do another automatic map just to be safe, and then I will do File, Export Selection, and I'll call this one Chest Detail. Yes, I want to replace. I already had this one from before. And then I will import Chest Detail. Alright, it's scaled up. Still actually looking pretty small in here. It depends on what Mudbox and Maya you're using and what version and what scale it's set up. So you can always go to Select Model, and then here Select and Move Tools and Scale. The white is going to be your all over scale, not an X, Y, or Z. So you're going to want to scale this up, but we're doing well so far. We didn't get any errors. This tool is a bit of a pain. You can't just click and drag once. But now that we have it nice and big, I can deselect my model. I can hit W to show the wireframe. And when I Shift D, you can see I'm keeping, oh, ignore that. I'm keeping these edges. I have Maya and Mudbox open, which technically for my computer I should not. So it looks like we're going to want to add some edges to the chest parts. So we can go back in here, and then I can just insert some edge loops. So maybe we want one here, another one here. I know it seems like it's, adding to the poly count, but that's okay. Alright, so you'll just want to do that. And maybe we can actually go into edge mode, double click to select the loop, and bring these closer together. The closer together they are, the better they will keep your hard edge. And it also makes your chest look nicer. Okay. Can save. You can add edge loops wherever you find necessary. So it's kind of a back and forth game. So I will go into object mode now, select it, export selection, chest detail, call it instead of replacing since that one crashed. Just detail 1, export selection. Import. For right now, just do wireframe and subdivide. So now you can see I'm holding my shape. If your sculpting tools aren't working, then we would need to scale it. So looks like they are, just not quite what we would want, so then you would go into scale and move it up. So then you can do all that you've been doing, and we can talk about saving it out. I can do a video if you want to talk about saving out textures, but I think you've got that for the most part. We just needed to get this mesh. So let me know what you think. Thanks.